Hey you guys, welcome back. On today's video, I'm actually going to show you guys how we are turning our camper into an off-grid solar setup. So we are just building this DIY solar setup one piece at a time. We have been adding to it over the past couple weeks. So far we have a battery, we have the inverter, we wired it all together, we got it working, so everything in the camper can run off the battery. Now it's time to get it to where the battery can actually charge back up using solar power. So today we're going to add a solar controller along with a solar panel. And we're going to see just how much energy we can take from the sun to put back into our battery. So Renogy actually sent us this Rover 40 amp MPPT charge controller. They also sent us their brand new 200 watt N-type bifacial solar panel. So this new solar panel actually has N-type solar cells. It's more efficient than traditional solar panels, meaning you can produce more power from the same amount of space. And since it's a bifacial panel, it can even capture reflection sunlight from the back side. Let's get it installed, hooked up to the app, and see exactly how many watts this 200 watt solar panel can produce. And if you're thinking about building a solar setup like mine, I've linked everything down in the description below. And also, if you missed part 1, go check it out and see how I installed the battery in the inverter. So instead of mounting the solar panel up on the roof like traditional, I actually have these brackets here. Since I only have one panel for now, I'm actually going to install it on these brackets, and that way I can put the solar panel out in the sun no matter if we're parked in the shade or not. And these brackets are going to bolt up just like this, one on each side. And then you'll just lay the solar panel down wherever you want it. And it goes just like this. So we're actually going to put the charge controller here on the workbench. Let's put it all together out here. Then we just bring it out to the camper and install it. So I actually bought this little kit here. It came with the power wire and it came with the battery lugs that connect to it. So I just cut the cable to the length that I desired. I put the new ends on. I also put a 40 amp fuse on the positive side, and we're ready to hook it up. So we know that the one end is going to go to our bus bar. The other end is going to go to the Rover. This is solar. This is battery. So we're going to start with our battery. We're going to plug the positive in right there. And this little flap here opens up. Get a Phillips screwdriver. Next thing, I'll take my negative cable. Same thing, we know that's going to go to the bus bar. The other end is going to go to the controller. This right here is our Bluetooth remote. That's going to plug in right here. We can just leave that bundled together. The next wire is actually our battery temperature. Okay, this is going to tape to the battery. So this just plugs in right here. Just like that. Now we're ready for our solar panel cables. So I have here 20 foot of solar panel cables. I got 20 foot of red, 20 foot of black. So we are going to take our red cable first, and we're going to cut off one of the ends. So you want to go out and plug this into your solar panel, because you don't want to cut off the end that plugs in. Okay, only one end plugs into the solar panel. The other end, which I already marked mine, so I'm going to keep that end. This end right here I am going to cut off. And I'm going to cut it off down here. That way in the future I can always reuse this little pigtail if I need it. And then we're going to plug that right in to where it says solar. So we got solar positive, solar negative. So it's going to plug into solar positive. We're going to do the same thing with the negative cable. Now we're going to plug that one into the negative. Tighten it down. So now all we got to do is go find a spot to mount this. We're going to hook our solar controller in right here. I'm going to bolt it in. So now we can bring our positive cable over here, because we know that's going to plug into our positive bus bar. And This is our positive bus bar right here. So we just pick a spot here. Okay. Okay, this right here is our Bluetooth module. I'm just going to run this, just set it back here somewhere so you get a good signal. We just got to run our negative cable to the negative bus bar. So as soon as I plugged it in, the Rover unit came on. It shows 13.3 volts, and that is on the system. Nothing is being charged right now. Nothing is plugged in. Also, on the Bluetooth controller here, you can see that lit up as soon as I plugged it in. So we have this battery temperature thing, and that is actually going to get taped onto the battery. So now we have our two cables here. Like I said, I got plenty of wire, so we can actually move this thing around to wherever the sun is. We have our positive and our negative. Just like that. We are completely hooked in. Let's go ahead and move this out in the sun. So as of right now, we are getting about 152 watts coming in. It's 11 o'clock in the morning. We're gonna try to adjust this a little bit. Let's see if we can kick a little bit more out of it. So we moved the solar panel a little bit more towards the sun. We're still getting about 150 watts. So it's about the same, which isn't bad for a 200 watt panel. So now we're actually going to take our camper and we're going to plug it into our inverter. Turn the inverter on. The camper is now plugged into the inverter. We know that our solar panels are putting out about 150 watts of solar power. What does that mean? Does that mean that the sun is going to power everything that we have in here? No, not exactly. So we need to find out exactly how much power is 150 watts and what all we can run. So Renogy actually has a really cool app that we can monitor the charge controller along with our inverter. So it's pretty cool. So we're actually going to look at both applications at the same time, and we're going to see exactly how much solar is coming in, and then we're going to try to see how much we can run here without actually drawing on the battery. Okay, so just with the refrigerator running, wow, we're pulling in 155 watts. That's actually pretty good. So we're getting up there. The refrigerator is pulling about 120 watts. So the refrigerator can definitely run just on the sun alone. Let's go ahead and try to add some more to it. So now we're going to turn on the television and see what we pull on that. So the television is only using 6 watts. So we're at 126 watts. Let's turn on the DVD player. Not too bad. So the DVD player definitely doesn't add too much to it. 132 watts is what we are using right now. So we can still add some more to it. Let's go turn on the other television in the other room and see, will we be able to run that also? Okay, so now I just turned on the second television. Now we are using 144 watts. So we're only pulling in 146 right now. So our solar actually went down just a hair, but we're still under the limit. So we are actually running 2 televisions, a refrigerator, and a DVD player, all from the sun. That's pretty cool. Now, of course, you can always make the solar system a lot bigger. For us, this is actually exactly what we're looking for. We want to be able to run our refrigerator while we drive. That's the biggest thing. And we actually tested this out last weekend, and it worked wonderful. So we drove the entire way to the campground with the refrigerator running. All of our food stayed cold. Even my ice cream stayed cold. Ice cream sandwiches, baby. Woohoo! So now remember, this Rover 40 amp controller here that we have from Renogy, we can actually add more solar to it. It can actually support up to 520 watts of solar. So we can add more solar panels to reach that limit. And in the future, if we want more solar, we'd have to get a bigger controller. So it all goes by how much that controller can actually handle coming in. So with the one solar panel, not too bad. I mean, 150 watts coming from a nice sunny day, that's pretty good. We can definitely add some more to it. So I hope that these videos are helping you guys out if you guys are starting your own solar project. So remember, I left a link for the Renogy solar controller along with the solar panel in the description. And I also have the link for everything else that I use for this complete solar build. So if you guys enjoy solar test and building stuff like this, make sure you guys give me a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.